Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Fred and Coco, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Coco's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give her while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot whip training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Coco's been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Coco is seated very nicely on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first exercise they're going to demonstrate is heeling. Heeling is proper walking on a leash, and Fred and Coco are taking off doing that now. And the command you want to use for this is Coco heel. We've also incorporated an automatic sit, as you see right there. Anytime Fred stops his feet, Coco will sit. There's another automatic sit there. It's important during the heeling exercise that Coco walks nicely on your left-hand side at your pace, as she's been trained to do. She shouldn't try to pull ahead of you or lag behind. She should walk very nicely at your left. And the next exercise they're going to demonstrate is the stay command. The stay is a hand and voice command. Fred's going to use the open flat of his left palm about an inch or so from Coco's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He then walks out to the end of the training leash. It's a great exercise to build that self-control in Coco. You want to start this one at about a minute and work your way up to about 3 minutes. And when Fred returns back to Coco, he's going to walk all the way around her, providing an added distraction as he goes behind her, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She remains seated throughout, and he gives her a little praise, and they take off heeling again. We'll run through some more of the heel to sit and the stay for you. There's an automatic sit there. He gives her the stay again, and back out to the end of the training leash. And this time, instead of returning back to Coco, he'll demonstrate the recall or the come command. You call her in using her name in a nice voice. She comes in nicely, sits right in front. Then we have an exercise called the finish. Coco heels around the back of Fred and right back to that left-hand side heel position. We'll show it to you one more time. You want to leave her in the sit stay and walk out to the end of the training leash. Call her into you using her name. And she comes in, sits right in front. And now the finish, where she heels around the back and right back to that left-hand side. And she sits nicely. Gives her a little praise, and they take off heeling again. It's a good time to remind you want to practice all of your commands to keep them fresh in Coco's mind. About 15 to 20 minutes a day. And you can practice inside and outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine. Now we're going to show you our down commands. The first is down from a heel position. Fred's going to use the open flat of his left palm straight down towards the ground and the one-word firm command to down.
Down. Stay.
He then gives her a stay and back out to the end of the training leash. It's another great exercise to build that self-control in Coco. I'm going to start this one at about 3 minutes and work your way up to about 5. And when Fred returns back to Coco, he's going to walk all the way around her as he did on the sit stay. And right back to that left-hand side heel position. She remains down throughout, and they take off heeling again. I'll show you that down one more time. He gives her the down and the stay. Back up to the end of the training leash. And now he'll demonstrate that recall or come command. Calls her in using her name. And she comes in. Nope, she didn't sit. She got a little correction there, and she sat. And then the finish, where she'll heel around the back of Fred and right back to that left-hand side heel position. It's important to follow through with your commands. If you give Coco a command and for any reason she doesn't follow through, the first word out of your mouth should be no, followed by a tug and let go correction, and then you want to repeat the command. Now this one will be our down from a distance. Fred's going to leave Coco in a sit stay and walk out to the end of the training leash. This is the only time you're going to use your right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop Coco into a down from the end of the training leash. Very nice. He'll then return back to her, again by walking all the way around and back to that left hand heel position.
Coco, heel. Good.
Alright, we've demonstrated for you the obedience commands that Coco has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Coco, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.